Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another video. As promised, oh my god, I just hit my mic. As promised, this will be another Exandria Unlimited Calamity. And to be truthful with you, this is going to have to be a two-parter, because I've got about an hour and 40-ish minutes or something, hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes left to finish the whole thing. And I'm not going to bore you guys with the whole, it takes too long to render, because I say it like every video. But so yeah, it's gonna have to be split into like two parts for the last bit, like two 45-minute bits. But you guys have got me interested, because there was a specific comment left talking about how in the next episode I'll probably want to, I think it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours, like watch that amount. And of course he was like, obviously if you have to split it up, just split it up in the editing and make it into two parts. But don't stop, watch a lot of it, watch at least like the first like 2 hours. So something's gonna happen in this last little segment that we've got in episode 3 leading into episode 4. Something's got to happen for you guys to say stuff like that, and I'm so invested right now. I'm so interested. Obviously the last episode was great. I absolutely loved it, the whole setup for Evandrin and the fact that he might still be alive and he's possibly in the tree. I think they're about to go and investigate that to see if he actually is there or if that's to do with anything. But yeah, so good. You know, it's annoying because I get like the end of the episode where I know I have to stop, and I never want to. I just want to keep going, but I can't. But that's probably gonna happen because, like I said, we're at the last part of this episode, and this will probably be where he's starting to leave the cliffhanger. So then, you know, you want more, because at the end of every episode there seems to be some sort of cliffhanger, and I'm excited, but also annoyed. But not annoyed, nervous, I guess, to see what's about to happen. Yeah, we're just gonna crack on with it. We're gonna go. Can't wait. I hope you guys are excited. Let's go. All right, let's go.
So I think the memories I was hoping to pull were specifically ones in which this mage was hearing information from Loris. Is it Loris? Mm-hmm. Loris, or the Dean Hollow.
Lycretia, yeah.
Lycretia. Any information where they were speaking to them or being told things by them. Any reference to Vespin Chloris, and any sort of any location that they were to be. I think those three, that's enough off the top of like Vespin Chloris, and then and anything about the replenishment or what orders being given. But I think those would come from Dean Hollow and Loris. So those are the two big ones.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Give me, you can do Arcana or Investigation, and we'll do it one question at a time. Give me the first thing you want to look for.
Assist
you can
him?
absolutely get the help action here.
Right. Okay.
I would
As I'm
like
scrubbing through the timeline.
discussions they had with Dean Hollow, Lucretia Hollow, Arcana. Natural 17 for 28.
Not bad, not bad.
Through, bits and pieces. You see, like, it's mostly like Lucretia talking. You don't see much of Loris in here. But perhaps this guy is so far down the chain that, you know. You see Lucretia interacting with Micah Cormorant, the deceased magister. You see that having defeated him, that appears to be the way that all the Canalthi were brought into the city. So that means that despite how much danger you are all in, at least one thing has been that the means of bringing more Canalthi into the city has been eradicated. Magister Cormorant is dead. Okay. You see that he
So was there Magister Chlor, whatever, God, I was about to butcher his name there. That was the one that got absolutely wrecked, right? Where Laren and Patia went up there. He just got absolutely destroyed. That was him, right? If so, he's dead. He's like mush.
Exposed the old Porter's Guildmaster to ensure that there wouldn't be an active Guildmaster of the Porter's Guild during this time period.
Or it could be somebody else. I could be completely thinking of somebody else.
Canalthi into the city.
Too many complicated names to remember.
Wow.
Wow.
You see him speaking. You see Lucretia speaking about Pervan Sul and saying something along the lines of like inviting him to this thing and saying he must be prevented from aiding in what is to come in Vasselheim.
In Vasselheim.
In Vasselheim. You see him speaking like another thing. She's in another room. All of this is fragments. Some of it's not even conversations he's having with Lucretia. It's just things he's present in the room for.
Yeah.
The cultist that was disguised as one of Lucretia's Hadmadads was supposed to get the blood that the Arrhenius got. That was supposed to happen earlier, and they had to improvise and figure something else out. You see both the Arrhenius and the Horned Devil, both of the devils that you fought, vomiting bile upon the Calamity summoned them and vomiting bile again, and you see blossoms floating past them.
Sorry, there's a lot of information going on. Yeah, I'm just trying to digest it all.
You see them arriving. This guy went searching in the Meridian Labyrinth for artifacts headed to the Arcane Furnace to be melted down, and got there too late after they'd already been pulled by the Eyes of Avalier. You see that this guy was one of the people that was sent to go try to find them before that happened, which is why they needed to get that. There's something about needing those tools of Vespens. You see, this is just lots of.
Sorry.
No, it's
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I feel like I'm making you do the third act moment where they're like, wait, it was him all along. He was there. Kaiser Soze.
You see that there's a short conversation that he has that Lucretia's not even talking. It's one of the Calamity talking about that their brethren are also supposed to attack the Giant Slumber, which is the headquarters of the Gaudrashari. So there's also an attack that's supposed to happen tonight down in Kathmoira.
That was
Yeah.
my question.
Yeah.
Just be us.
Wow. Yeah, well, in Vasselheim.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing too. I think, Sarah, as you're watching this play out, it's like Lord of Hells, Lord of Hells, Lord of Hells, Lord of Hells, and you see every once in a while, Lucretia will mention something happening somewhere else in Exandria. You don't think the Lord of the Hells is the only betrayer god working somewhere on the world right now.
Which one? Which one?
There's an attack going on right now.
In Kathmoira.
Not that I don't know any of the betrayer gods, to be fair with you.
There are
It wouldn't even matter if you said the name.
2 big things left. Give me an insight check with advantage.
I won't lie, my iPad has died. So, these are all, I know, this is 12.
Yeah,
This
we
is
got
plus
chargers.
Plus 12, yeah.
We got chargers.
Can we fly in a charger?
Fly in a charger. 27.
Here's another iPad.
Thanks. iPads on iPads.
They are generic tablet devices.
Oh, excuse me. Apologies. Great, glad to have
Another tablet device. Yes.
You see a conversation from longer ago, earlier this year.
Yeah. I've just noticed that actually when Sam said generic devices, because they've all got obviously the Apple symbols covered over. I've never actually noticed that watching this. Do they all do that for every single campaign? Just hide the Apple logo.
This guy doesn't look as haggard in this memory. Doesn't feel as haggard. His memory is of him having more energy and more life force. He is watching the end of a conversation between Paisha and Lucretia Hollow. Lucretia is a member of the Ring of Silver, and the Keeper of Scrolls works within the umbrella of the Octothurge, within the umbrella of the academic structure. A short, very polite conversation concludes between Paisha and Lucretia Hollow. In the memory of this mage, you hear him say, My lady, I can't help but notice your rather obvious disdain for the Keeper of Scrolls.
Oh, shock
You hear
horror.
Lucretia hollow,
I can't believe it.
Say,
Thought they were best friends.
"Oh, am I that obvious in my disdain? I must say, she's more of a merchant than the Guildmaster of the Golden Scythe is. I mean, she doesn't trade in gold, but rather her grandfather's name."
Oh, you know what it is? I'd be like, kill that bitch, but she already did. Oh, God. She got her back. Oh, my God.
Oh, double shade. Double shade.
You see, he says, you see that the mage speaking says, the mage speaking says, well, certainly I think the Guildmaster would rather take offense at that comparison. There's nothing wrong with trade, after all, my lady. And he is, as I understand it, rather close with the Lady Porco. And you see, she turns to him and says, if he knew what I knew about the Archmage Porco. You see, and Paisha, you are watching Nidus watch this match. You're all watching this in the room together.
I'm not hiding it.
You see, this mage says, "I beg your pardon." Lucretia says, "The orrery, the sorcerer's university." She's got him wrapped around her finger. You see that the mage.
I don't know why, right? But I just love it. It's Marisha mainly who does this that I've noticed, but every single time Brennan speaks about her character, she just drops into Paisha. Like she falls straight into character. It's great. Every single time he mentions, oh yeah, so Paisha, blah 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 blah, Marisha's face just goes from like normal to, you know, she's got like the sass master look about her. This look exactly. It's fucking great.
Shrugs. He says, "How do you mean?" And she says, "Let's just say that the Septarian gets what it wants." And that memory concludes. Your
Eminence. Paisha failed the zone of truth.
Mm-hmm.
Your Eminence, what is it that the Septarian wants?
She can't lie. If it's still up, she can't lie.
Yes, I have always been transparent.
Yes.
With Avalier's quest for knowledge, talent, prodigies. I went to the Septarium. I begged them to fund the Sorcerer's School and tried to convince them to place locations in various cities across Exandria. I could not get that approval, but when I framed it in a way to convince them that it would only benefit Avalier and our future to bring these talented minds, the most gifted from across all of Exandria, to Avalier, it would only enhance and benefit our society. That's what got them to approve the project.
That I understand. Of course. In our conversations, I understood it could not simply be charity. But,
Yes.
all right.
I did genuinely try to speak from an honorable position. And this was the compromise, and I apologize if it comes across as deceitful or arrogant.
I mean, your face says it all.
Problem. Oh, sorry.
Frame anything for the good of Avalier, and you might be able to get it.
Paisha, There's a memory you could share in this moment as we are diving deep into this, if you wished, of a conversation where you were as valiant as you could be, speaking to Loris of the Weaver's Mask. If you wished to share it, you could.
Will she?
I'll ask Nidus. If you wish to see it, not through my perspective, but as it was, without any skewed, mistaken memory, I can show it for you. But I also do not feel as if I have to defend myself to one of my closest friends, unless you wish to see it.
Given all that is happening.
I think that's basically not that she can lie anyways, obviously with the whole force field thing, whatever you want to call it, being up the spell. So you know she's like telling the truth and everything, but that's basically turning around and saying, look, if I have all the proof and I will show you, but if you actually want me to, that clearly means you don't believe me, and it will not stop us from being friends, but it is a massive dick move. So ball is in your court, buddy. Ball is in your court.
Offer is enough for me. Are there any other questions? Thank you. Are there any other questions we might seek to decipher from these memories?
There's one final one. And I'm going to need either perception or investigation checks from everybody here. And the DC is going to be 25.
Ooh.
Come through, everyone.
25.
I can't give any of that without nat 20, so
Oh
I'm
god.
looking at you.
Perception or investigation?
Perception or investigation.
I mean, Sarah should be alright. His bonus should be pretty high.
30.
Yeah, of course.
You start moving through the last memory. As you move through, you see Lycretia speaking to this Archmage, saying, "Remember, we go to the helm. We must destroy the helmswoman, Akami Ro. We must destroy her, because by the time they reach the Wild Mother's embrace, it will have been too late. We must prevent them at all costs from reaching the embrace of the Wild Mother." And you remember Vespin saying that on a 30 investigation. Timing. It always comes back to that for you. Why did Akami Ro die moments after she started the protocol to descend the city? Why was it that close, that quick? If they wanted the city to stay in the air, if they didn't want
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that has bothered me. Like one, it was like like 4 videos ago or something. I can't remember. It was quite a few videos ago. I had thought of that. Yeah, obviously the Wild Mother's embrace is obviously the Earth. So if they don't want to reach the Earth, then why kill the person after the fact when they've started to descend the city? You would kill them beforehand. Or if anything, threaten them and make them, I don't know, fly up even further into the air and then kill them, and then it's already, in the clouds again or above the clouds.
you guys to reach the ground, then why wouldn't they kill Akami Ro earlier, days ago? Why wouldn't they kill her? And you think about the fact that Vespin Chloris, when he launched himself from the mirror, what did he say to you? He said, "You will never reach the Wild Mother's embrace in time." You took it as he said it, but who's that stupid? Why would he tell you exactly what you were supposed to try and do to thwart him? Why would he give you your finish line? You look up at that
secretly.
Something's wrong with that memory in the recording.
The one that we just saw.
The one you just saw. Like Krisha Hollow never said that, and you've never been more certain of anything in your life.
Oh my god. What?
Would I, with my abilities, be able to tell if someone's memory has been altered?
On a third investigation, when Sarah points that out, give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Oh my god. It's all coming together.
24.
The memory's been altered, and Lycretia Hollow did it. Lycretia changed one of this mage's memories. Changed it to her saying something about the Wild Mother's embrace, but she said something else originally. It wasn't that.
All right, this is straight out of Harry Potter right now. This is literally the time where Harry goes in. I can't remember what that stupid thing's called. The water well looking thing where he pops his head in. And you can see like be in the memory. And he's talking to Slug. He's looking at one of Slughorn's memories, and he's talking to Tom Riddle about a Horcrux. And he goes, "I've never heard of anything like that in my life, and if I did, I'd never tell you. Now get the hell out of my office." And then he Dumbledore's like, "Yeah, it's been changed. You need to try and get the actual memory." This is literally what it reminds me of. It's the exact same thing. But the question is, though, why? Why did she change the memory? What you should have done, Paisha, maybe, don't eradicate her. Don't turn her into a goddamn skeleton. Keep her. Probe her thoughts. Maybe you could have got more information. Maybe you could have seen her memory of that whole ordeal. Unless she changed her memory as well. I don't know.
Can I modify the memory of a dead person?
Ooh,
no.
Can we scrape off the...
Scrape, like, try to get deep.
Yeah, can we
Do some fucking shit. Yeah, make it happen.
Do some fucking shit. I love that.
Like, why would she die? If they're not supposed to get there in time, why would you kill them when you got just close enough?
Yeah.
I think they must need us. They must need us to engage, or the replenishment must need to happen. The timing, if what you say is true, it would suggest that these processes need to happen, and then once they've initiated, then they act. So it would seem possibly that they want us to land. But then why would they make such a point of the opposite?
Arcane Architect, if the city is disabled above Kath Moira, what happens?
City falls.
The city is disabled above Kath Moira such that it stops descending. So from the helm's been sundered, and it's a protocol. The city is on its way to landing.
It's moving, right?
It's moving. You're slowly descending.
Slowly, right?
Slowly.
Yeah.
There is
You'll never reach it in time.
Theoretically, to stop this. What Sarah is driving at is this. If you burned through all the energy you've got, or something like 40% of it, 60%, some huge percentage, you have to try it. You could kill the descent. You could. You could stop the city from touching down. What this would mean is that for the first time in 292 years, Avalier would not touch down for the replenishment. And there are an enormous amount of contracts you would immediately default on. There is no guarantee that the Septarian would even allow it, and if they discovered that it was happening, it could constitute treason. If you acted on your own and just killed the engines, it could be construed as treason, and you'd miss your shot.
God!
Can we unmodify the memory? Is that, Paisha, is that at all possible?
Greater restoration.
I would just, yes, it would be a combination of restoration and almost like a...
we don't have the body here, right? We just have the memory?
We only have the memory, but...
You have the physical
But it might
version
not
of the
matter.
memory, I guess.
memories are tangible figments. They
They
not exist.
But it might not even matter. If we know that this memory was modified, we can just pretty much guess as to what it was modified from.
We know they want us to land.
Yes.
They killed the Hemless woman, so it's on autopilot. It will do that. And it
But if they don't want to, if they want to
They
drain
attacked the batteries, but maybe they didn't succeed.
Is it always to faint?
I'm so confused, man. Everything's counterintuitive. It's like, you know their plan is to do this, but then everything else that they're doing is to go against that plan. So what the fuck do they want? What do they want to do? Do they want us to land? Do they not want us to land? You'll not reach the Wild Mother's embrace on time. Does that mean, like, you know,
just that, so that we
Speed us along.
Yes, to make us
going
go
insane,
faster.
dude.
Or to
It's
make
hurting
us
my brain.
continue on the path that we're supposed to be on.
They
The
need
status quo.
something.
Just turned up a little
They
bit.
want us to think that landing the city is the most important thing.
It's the safest and quickest.
So it's a red herring?
They want to bring back the betrayers. And that's
Yeah.
a way to do it, whatever it is.
through the
That's their
replenishment, through that injection.
We already know that there are attacks happening globally.
If we don't land, I mean, we're all finished. But also, shouldn't we warn the rest of the world that this is happening?
Yes. If they're not aware of
Moira,
it yet,
if there are going to be attacks, we could save lives.
we
if
need to warn them.
broadcast it.
I was considering scrying on my brother to see
Yes.
he's the all-called and would be a person of influence.
Yes.
Okay, in my mind, it's like a double-edged sword doing this kind of thing, because on one hand, yes, of course, you want to let people know that there are attacks coming, but also if you don't really have a choice but to tell them, but telling them in itself could just induce panic in, probably obviously not the soldiers or anything. The soldiers would just be far more alert and, ready for the attack, which is what you would want. But also at the same time, if all of the civilians found out, which they probably would have to, maybe getting, taken out. I can't think of the goddamn word. Jesus Christ. But if all the civilians are asked to leave and retreat and hide, then the soldiers can fight. But then again, panic could happen. Everything could go tits up. It could end up being worse. But I'd still go with telling them. It definitely seems like the best option. And also, they would have to believe you as well.
Spell slot. I'm gonna scry on my brother.
You scry on your brother, and you see that he is at a dinner table, enjoying. It's now it's like 2 o'clock, or it's like 2 or 3 in the morning now. You see, he's still up, sort of writing by candlelight. He's just gonna it's the eve of the replenishment. He's probably gonna stay up all night just because and you don't see anything. You don't see chaos or anything like that. You know that the site of the Druid's Grove is on the other side of the ring from the All-Called's home, so he's miles away.
Mm-hmm. The Giants thing is
the Giant Slumber is a sacred site within Cath Moira.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't look like anyone's alerted him. You don't see anything else happening like that.
Can anyone send an ending spell to my? Can we watch him go check on the Giants Grove? It would take him too long to get there.
Honestly, you guys are progressing your descent enough. It'd be faster for you guys to get there flying.
And just from a position perspective, are we still traveling down and to meet?
No, you
or
moved all the way,
above?
and you are now descending, going straight down.
I ask my question again. Is there anything that would cause the city to fall from the sky?
As it was doing.
Are there defaults? Are there redundancies? We are now directly above the Wild Mother's embrace.
We only lost 1 battery. We have enough to land. I need 50% of the power that we've gathered. to attempt to finish the astral layrite.
And that would
So much power, dude.
transport the entire city elsewhere.
It would
Maybe.
allow us to have a new ley line to other planes.
But it wouldn't immediately take us somewhere?
No, we have things to do on the ground. That's not a lie. I just don't care about being on the ground.
Give me an Arcana check.
20. Dirty.
So here's what you know. What Sarah said. Can we stop the city? Can we stop the city in the air? Yeah, that's doable. That's doable. But you know the cost that comes at.
Yeah.
You have time. It's about, in between 2 or 3 in the morning right now. This thing's not going to land until 10 minutes before sunrise.
What time is sunrise, though?
Learn more about the Arboreal.
What time is sunrise? That could be any time.
Than you've known in your entire career as the Architect Arcane. Maybe there's a solution.
It's like a 3-hour window.
Maybe something clever.
Depending on the
Maybe something you could do
time of year.
that would answer the energy problem. You think it might be worth figuring out or finding out, because it might be worth uncovering that memory more if there's more information in there, if you can scrape that top layer off somehow. But on a dirty 20 Arcana check, there's something that these entities still need. They're still grasping for something. Why did they grab those thoughts from Sarah in the fight? Why did they get this blood from Xerxes? They're still scrambling.
I don't know, dude.
I'm trying.
How does your
Brennan, I don't know.
My ring lights up in the presence of deception or a lie.
I'm lying to you. I know how to stop it.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
I just don't want to yet.
Jumping this layrite. I'm gonna ask questions because I'm not an arcane user. So I'm trying to play big league with you guys now. Do we have to be docked to do it with Kath Moira?
Yes. None of this works if we don't dock. Whatever replenishment needs to happen.
Yes was all I needed. Evandrin, he went to this other place, came back, and was never the same again. Yes or no?
Yes.
And you want to send this entire city,
The same
with our
place.
families,
Yeah.
to that place at that risk?
Gonna be giving everybody celestial chlamydia, dude.
I leave.
Oh, he's just gonna take off?
Sarah leaves.
Ooh,
Sarah, give me a
doesn't like that.
perception check, and I'm going to let you know something as you're leaving.
Ooh, that's 31.
31. In Laren's effects, you see a scroll of birch bark. You
Look,
see
is
a
that-
birch bark scroll that you recognize as being druidic in nature.
Oh my shit.
I was a bit gasping.
You don't know necessarily what it is. 'Cause wait, I forget. Did you communicate that in the group chat what that was, or back in the Magisterium? Maybe not.
Would I have said it? No, we were running around. I don't think I had time. You know about it.
That's right.
It's a thing.
This is the one that we. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right. And I copied it.
Yeah, you copied it. You have that too. We're in this together.
We're in this together. Okay.
Go down with me.
As I'm getting ready to leave, I'll just call out what I see. You might want to check what's in her pocket. There have been some incredibly selfish actions amongst this group. I don't know if we'll survive the night, but I'm gonna go take care of mine now. And I leave.
That's a power play right there.
Labyrinth. Sarah, you take off. We'll come to you in a moment. You guys are very good at playing D&D. Very good at this game. Very good at this game.
You know they're on the right tracks when the fucking DM's like, oh shit. Yeah, you've just cut down this entire campaign by like 3 episodes right there. Which, to be fair with you, thinking about that, now I've just said it, could genuinely happen. Like, if you're really good at the game and your DM or DM, GM, whatever, is got, like, certain things that he wants to happen, but you guys have just kind of leapt past all of that. You've skipped steps 1 through 5 and went straight to 10. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. So then you got to think, like, you could cut an entire episode out, entire, like, 4, 5, 6 hour episode gone, where you were supposed to go on this mad side quest that takes you, you know, gives you all this information that you need, that brings you back to the main quest where you can, you know, continue. But, you know, like I said, you skip that side quest because you've already got the end piece of information that was supposed to take you on. That's a good chunk of time just straight taken out. Yeah. Goddamn. Never really thought about it that way. But I think currently, if you guys were wondering, and also let me know what you guys, like, your favorite characters are. But I think currently Seret might be my favorite character out of this campaign at the minute. Because the dude's badass. And I don't know, just everything about him. I like his voice as well, that he does, that Travis does.
For the rest of you gathered,
I like Loquacious as well, because Sam's characters are always wacky.
There's the question of this memory. There's things that you are thinking about the Arboreal CALIX.
We can still fix this. We just have to get to the CALIX.
And there's no way to teleport without touching down. We can't do it in the sky.
Do we want to try to scrape this memory a little bit more? Do you have a restoration?
What's that? What did you say?
Do you have greater restoration or anything?
I don't have greater restoration. I've got detect thoughts, so I
modify memory.
I'll dispel magic.
If you want to throw a modify memory on there and you want to do another detect thoughts, we can scrape through this.
Okay.
What do you have there, Zerx?
I mean, I have, because this is a spell that did this, but the person that it was done to wasn't here, but I have a cleansing touch, which I can use to end a spell. But this is very far removed.
Yeah, I actually think, yeah, you can use your cleansing touch here, and that will help, because this was some, like, infernal magic that happened here. I think you can, with those 3 things combined, you go back through the memory, and you see the thing that Lycretia Hollow actually told.
Oh, come on, I want to know what it is.
The city must land. It must land before sunrise. The apogee solstice. Perfect time. The betrayers are coming. They are coming here. And when the city lands, glorious day. You see,
so, says, oh wait, is he continuing?
You see that the mage speaks back to Lycretia saying, Mistress, what of the problem that we've discussed? You see, she looks and says, that's for Vespin to handle. You see, he says, the Archmage. And you see, she says, of course. Oh, you didn't think he was gone forever now, did you? And that's where that memory fades.
No.
It's a lot of information, dude. And you know what it is? I can see why she would modify that memory. I can see why she wouldn't want anybody getting her hands on it. Get their hands on it.
So the choice is, we stop the city and ruin your plans, or we let it go.
There's another way. There's always another way. No.
I'm no expert, but I too also do not see one. So, all right, let's try and what could they do? What could they do? Come on. I don't know why I'm trying to think. I'll never be able to think of something. But hey, we can always try. So, if they land before sunrise, which is what the trajectory of the thing where they are. Jesus Christ, what's not Cathmoira? That's where. God, it doesn't matter. Well, they're going down. All right. If that goes down before sunrise, something is to happen that will bring back the betrayer guards, or at least a handful, or maybe all of them. I'm going to assume all of them, because why would you just get a handful? You know what I mean? If you're going to go and do something, go all out. Or they stay in the air, but that ruins Laren's whole shtick with the lay rights. Which, in all fairness, don't get me wrong, I get that, you know, I get that you've worked your entire life for this, all right? I get that. I understand 100%. But if you think about it, right? The betrayer gods come back. You'll not have a life. You'll not be able to do anything. You'll be dead, more than likely. I imagine. I assume that the prime deities will obviously like help them, like fight for them, and try and get the betrayer gods sealed away again. But chances are, this whole layerite deal that you've been, you know, trying to push for the past however many years you've been doing it, yeah, that's not going to mean jack shit when you're when you get turned into red mist. You know what I mean? Like it's not a good look.
I have time to try to find one.
Yeah.
If we ruin her plans, we don't get Evandrin back.
Can't be gone for nothing.
Let's take a look at the arboreal CALIX.
Yes.
And move from that place.
Yes.
Yes. As Xerxes says, we have time to tree.
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 I don't know if that quote is going to make it in the final recap.
I mean, I think with that, I'm just going to head to wherever that...
You head to the CALIX.
I'm heading to the CALIX.
I'd like to pull up alongside Xerxes as we walk to the CALIX. I wanted to apologize for...
Oh yeah, they had a moment, didn't they? Yeah.
You're right. What good is the truth if you force it out of somebody?
But your forthrightness is important. And what we saw in the Hall of Prophecy did not... You often interact with the divine, but I do not. And what we saw there was deeply troubling.
It was. I'm not. The others need to know. We need to know everything. But let's see what this CALIX reveals, and then we'll go from there. I think people have had enough of that sort of talk for now, and we're all a little on edge.
Yes, we'll have to reach out to Sarah, give him time to cool off.
Speaking, you all move to the CALIX.
Can I send a quick sending to Clay specifically?
Yeah.
As we're like going.
To me, aren't we together?
Yeah, but I want it to be private.
What is it?
And just say, my ambition is perhaps a flaw, but the biggest mistake I ever made was not trusting you with the whole truth. I'm sorry, and I love you, and I will fix this. That's all.
Can I reply? I'll just say, you've already saved me once. Maybe I can return the favor.
I sprint for the kids.
What an adorable little interaction.
As everyone goes ahead. We'll follow in a moment. She pulls the orb in front of her face, and she just starts playing back the memory of things that just happened. And she gets to Sarah saying, there have been some incredibly selfish choices, and she plays it back. Incredibly selfish choices, and plays it back. Incredibly selfish choices, plays it back. After about half a dozen times, steels herself and follows forward.
You enter the CALIX. A massive stone chamber encompasses, glowing with runes, 2 mighty arcane engines, large bladed fins circling around glowing blue amethyst orbs crackling with light. You see stained glass windows showing light not from this plane of existence, but the stained glass shows the flying city of Avalier, runes protecting it. You've never opened the door to the CALIX before, but you know how. No corner of this city is beyond your reach. Massive wheel turns as you open into the chamber. Hovering in the center of the room, not translucent but real, is a tree. The tree is beautiful. Dark wood, dark leaves, and blossoms. Sometimes Evandrin's sweat, when he was at his worst, would smell like these blossoms. The tree hovers. You see the engine surrounding it, placed here 119 years ago. As you enter this chamber, everyone here give me perception checks.
Yeah, Sarah's the only one that's not there, right? 'Cause he left.
Don't you wish it were here now?
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be so much better if he was.
20.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Plus 7.
Loquacious, you smell blossoms. The Feywild. It's not far from here.
Oh.
And suddenly you feel like
Is anything
maybe nothing's very
far from here? Oh my god, we said it at the same time. Turns out I am Brennan. He is me. We are both the same person. I'm only kidding. I only wish I was as smart as him. But yeah, I have a feeling like this tree is not necessarily, maybe it's like a gateway. It kind of reminds me of God of War. You know, where you can go to the different like Vasselheim and Nilfheim and all the other heims that are there. And you obviously you put up the stone and you walk through the door. If you've ever played God of War, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe that room is going to be like this. That this is going to be like the portal room to different realms.
blossoms move. You look up into the tree. None of your human and elven friends can see it, but your fairy eyes look up and you see almost translucent, but there's a little blinking light up in the branches of the tree. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. It's partially invisible, but it's possible with like some simple magic, you could illuminate it or draw attention to it, but it is there in the tree.
All right.
Sure. I'll point it out and use prestidigitation to just sort of
Prestidigitation.
put some electric blossoms around it.
Laren, your toy.
Oh!
It's stuck in the branches of the tree, and it can't come back.
I'm gonna try to use Mage Hand to grab it.
It's like flickering.
It's flickering. It's partially translucent. Quay was
It's
able to
stuck
see
like
it.
in between
It's
realms or
there.
something,
You
right?
see it starts to become translucent, vanish, come in and out.
So that's what happened to
You sent
Evandrin.
it, but it can't come back.
It's the same thing.
You sent this in the room with the lay, right? You didn't send it in this room. Somehow, the trees grabbed it. It's like caught in the branches here.
Each branch is a branch to a different realm. Oh!
I really want to cast Blight on the tree, but that's probably a bad idea.
The tree is catching things that are going through
This is not
a
true.
planar portal.
It's been grabbing
I'm going to
magic.
step forward, and I'm going to speak to the tree
Okay.
in primordial.
Okay.
You speak primordial?
I do.
I also speak primordial.
I do not.
I chose dwarvish.
Of course, why not?
What, did you really?
I don't know. I thought dwarves were old.
Big market for the Peripherals, though.
Oh, God. Okay, we still got like 5-10 minutes. We can do this.
Oh my god. What do you go up and speak to the tree? What is it that you say?
I say,
Hi. Name's Flynn Rider.
fuck. I say the word in primordial that is, my sibling. Do you understand what I'm saying? Speak, if you may.
If you can.
No response comes to you. You cannot be certain if the tree cannot speak or
Doesn't want to
if
answer.
it simply does not deign to respond.
Let's take another step.
I can try to assist.
Damn. Oh.
What do you wish to do?
It's not a creature, but I have something called universal speech. So if it can understand language, it would understand us. I don't know if it can talk back, though.
I believe this understands us. What do you want?
Petals fall, move through the air, twisting and fluttering and vanish. There is no response.
Trying to think of what was Evandrin doing here? What did he seek here?
This was... He didn't seek anything here. When we made when I made a first attempt, this thing siphons magic. He was taken to this the same way my toy was stuck in the branches.
You look up and still see it there. It can't quite make it back. Even with Mage Hand, it's still... The attempt to get it with Mage Hand, it pulls for a moment and then translucent, ephemeral, ethereal.
The memory, when the fiends were summoned, there were blossoms, yes?
So we're summoned from a different
It's something.
part, a different
this
realm.
Tree and passing through spaces, planes, they are connected in some way. Right. Even the it seems things not from the celestial plane still interact with this tree in some way.
It's sort of a gate.
It's growing through the ley lines.
Its roots, maybe?
I'm gonna begin to cast blood.
Right. We're gonna have to stop it there, I'm afraid. As painful as it is, again, to stop it there, especially since things are really kicking off right now. Obviously, I have to. But tomorrow, we will finish episode 3. I'm sure there is a crap ton I am about to see. That totally rhymed. Hell yeah. Yeah, this tree has got me wondering, what is it? What is it about the tree? Like I said, is the tree a gateway? Like you go into the tree and that's a way you can get to different planes? Is it something to do with the branches? Do the branches have something to do with it? Is it the roots of the tree? Or, from different realms? That's what, makes it bud and come alive. Maybe the tree's a red herring, and all it does is just absorb and collect magic. And turns out the tree is just a gateway for the betrayer guards to get out. This tree could be anything, man. And Seret, who's the best at investigation, don't get me wrong, he probably couldn't have got a better score than what Loquacious did anyways, what Sam did, because obviously he got a natural 20. Maybe with a natural 20 from Seret, he would have noticed more, maybe? I don't know. But it does give me hope that Evandrin is possibly still alive, because if he did phase and disappear, maybe he was just taken to the tree, by the tree, and maybe destroying this tree will get him back, or figuring out what it actually does and how it works is the thing that's going to get him back. I really don't know. It genuinely could be anything, but I just hope, man. I hope to God that that he does somehow manage to come back. I've never even met the character before, but I've got such an attraction. What the fuck? I've got such a link, I guess, to Xerxes that I feel like I want him to be happy. How the only way he's going to be happy is getting his husband / child back. They can all be a happy family again. It'll be great. But I don't know. Poor thing, man. Kind of got fucked over. But yeah, banging episode, of course, as per usual. And like I said, tomorrow we'll finish off the rest of it. I cannot wait. And then I hopefully I get to see why the first part of episode 4 is going to be like, people want us to just bash out like 2 full hours of it, because something must happen. There must be some crazy stuff that's happening. But yeah, can't wait for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It does help massively. I do massively appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.